Hello guys, welcome to Into the Web of Sickle Cell Disease, episode 2, the genetic tree. In the last video I have mentioned that sickle cell disease is a hereditary disorder and is a blood disorder, and we have looked at the effect it has on blood. Today in this episode I will be explaining to you the science behind inheriting the gene from both sides of the spectrum. If you are a fan of YouTube, I have created a channel there where I will be posting this episode and other health topics that I will be discussing in the future. The name is Public Health Volunteers. If you are not a fan of YouTube, don't worry. You will be seeing the video first on Instagram before people on YouTube see it. Besides, everyone is on Instagram, so it's easier, but still go and check the YouTube channel, because I think on YouTube the resolution and everything is clear and you will have a bigger, more televised experience than on Instagram, because on Instagram you have to tilt your phone, while on YouTube you don't have to tilt anything. Let's start with the first popular and most recommended type of gene combination, AA and AS. If two people who are AA and AS decided to start a family, there is a 50% chance of having a child who is an AA, who doesn't have sickle cell disease and doesn't have the trait of the disease. And there is a 50% chance of having a child with the trait, which is AS. Both of these sequences are good, and no child will have sickle cell disease at all. The second sequence, which is AA and SS, is recommended by doctors and scientists, and is the one I will also recommend it. If you are an SS, it will help you a lot in the future, and if you are an AA, it will help reduce the prevalence of people with sickle cell disease, and we will start to have a balanced world. So if AA and SS decided to start a family or have a child together, all their children, 100% of their children are going to be carriers of the disease, but will not suffer from the disease or will not have any sickle cell crisis. And the plus side of this is your child will be immune to malaria or will not suffer from malaria infection like those who are AA and SS. Okay, now we are entering the caution zone. These zones are not recommended, and people should not consider it except in some instances. For example, AS and AS. So if AS and AS decided to start a family or have a child together, they have a 25% chance of having a child without the trait of the disease, and they will have a 50% chance of having a child who is a carrier of the disease, which is AS. Also, they will have a 25% chance of having a child with the disease. You may think this is not all that bad, but trust me, it is, because you don't know which percentage will happen and which percentage your first child will fall in. So it's better not to try it. Okay, now we are entering the amber alert zone, which is AS and SS. This is definitely not recommended and should not be considered, except if you are maybe Barney and Klein. Spoiler alert, no one has this kind of love when it comes to taking care of a child with sickle cell disease. But here I may be wrong, but still don't try it. So if you are an AS and your partner is SS, there is a 50% chance of having a child who is a carrier of the disease and a 50% chance of having a child who has the disease. Both of these are not a good combination. Okay, stop the piano for a minute. Let's stop for it. please don't consider this gene combination. If your love is not that of Romeo and Juliet, don't consider it. Just find someone who is AA. Okay, even if you are Barney and Klein mixed with Romeo and Juliet, you will not and you should not consider this relationship. SS and SS. This is a no-go zone area. Heck, this is more than Amber Alert level 5. Whatever the Amber Alert level is the highest, this one has passed it because it is very risky and it is detrimental to your relationship at the end of the day. Allow me to explain. If you are an SS and your partner is an SS, it means you have 100% chance of having a child with sickle cell disease. No matter the kind of love you people have for each other, sickle cell disease will test every inch of that love. And coming from observation, people get divorced because of this kind of situation, or because of their child, or because of the child they have with sickle cell disease. Taking care of a child with sickle cell disease is not an easy task or a job one person can take. If you cannot be with your partner 24/7 when the child comes, or you can't share responsibility when it comes to taking care of the child, please don't try this. When divorce happens, you know who will probably take care of the child at the end of the day? The mother. Only in few instances that the man takes the child after divorce. In most instances, the woman always takes the child after divorce. And at the end of the day, you as a woman, the divorce will be of no benefit to you because you will still be with the child that get you divorced or that separate your relationship with your partner in the first place, and you will continue to face the same challenges of taking care of the child, but this time around alone, or maybe with your family or parent. Whatever your partner tells you about being in this together, that he will take care of you, he will be by your side every step of the way, and he will take care of the child, as a man, I will tell you this, he is lying. Only a handful of us men can handle that kind of challenges. Even in this kind of cases, we will be with you just because of the child, but not because we love you. Although we just have to be there to support the child or to be part of the child's life. And some men will end up cheating on you after all, while you are there busy taking care of the child. But I'm not praying this should happen to anyone. I'm not praying this anybody to experience this kind of situation, but I'm just telling you the fact. I'm just telling you the truth. And if you guys are Muslim or he is Muslim, he has a chance to marry another wife, a second wife, and a third, and a fourth, and maybe his next wife can have the AA gene and have a child without the disease, and the relationship will not be balanced. Even though religiously, as a Muslim, he's supposed to balance the relationship between the love he will have for you and the love he will have for the second wife, or the third wife, or the fifth. Sorry, no fifth. But what I'm saying is, it's not a good idea to take that risk. Please, ladies, no matter how much he said or you feel like he loves you, having a child with sickle cell disease will test that love every step of the way of that relationship. And trust me, you will be the one to suffer the most. Okay, let me ask you a question. How will you take care of a child when they are having sickle cell crisis and you are having your own sickle cell crisis? How? Please tell me. at the DMs or in the comments. I have never seen someone who is having a sickle cell crisis and taking care of someone who is in similar crisis as him or her. Some guys will take the next exit when they realize that they cannot or they are not equipped to handle that kind of crisis. And if the relationship with your parent is not strong, you will end up taking care of the child and yourself alone at the time of the crisis and after the sickle cell crisis. Depression and anxiety will be your new friends. Suicidal thought will also be on the table, but I'm not praying that on anybody, even on my worst enemy. So please don't consider having or starting a family when you are an SS and your partner is an SS. It's not worth the risk. Don't try it, please. Well, with that in mind, I will see you all in the next episode. Please wear a mask and keep social distancing till this COVID-19 goes. And I will see you all in the next episode.